Hey everyone, this is Rudy Rhodes again, and today we're going to be going over our second installment of our Edmodo video series. Now at this point we've already made our Edmodo group and we know how to basically navigate around it. But today I'm going to be showing you all some more advanced features of how we can use this with our students and get some really cool data and assignments going. So, first of all, we know how to post a note. But today I'm going to show some more advanced options. Like when you're typing your message, you can say something like, "Please see the attachment." And then at the bottom of the posting window, you'll notice some different buttons. Like here it kind of looks like a page or a piece of paper. What that is, if you hover over it, it's a file button. If you click that file button, you can choose something straight from your computer to upload right into your note posting. You also have a link button. It looks kind of like two chains interlinked. If you click that, you can attach a link from any website you want. Like here we can try www.koie.kentucky.gov. And what's really cool is when you type in a website, it actually pulls up the title of the website on its own. So I can just type in the website, it pulls up the name, and I click attach. This is great for sharing articles or any other web pages you want to expose your students to. You can also click the library button that kind of looks like an open book, and you can actually just pull resources that you may have already uploaded into one of your folders, like how we showed the organized folders last time. And then you just click the attach to post button and it's good to go. Lastly, you'll see a little clock button, and that's for schedule message. That's let you choose as a day from the calendar and a time, and the post will automatically post then. So if you have the classroom setting and you want to actually set up assignments to post a certain day of the week, you can get everything set up and scheduled ahead of time. So here, all I did is I think I posted that link. I'll type it again just to be sure. Oh yeah, I had it there twice. This is a good example anyways. If you have more than one attachment that you don't want, you can just click the red X next to the attachment name and it goes away. So I'm just going to click send, and it has my new post with a link to the website that I sent to my group participants. And they can just click that link and go straight to the web page. Another option up here is we have assignment. What an assignment asks is for students to do a particular task and turn it in. And as an example, we'll just say assignment title. It's going to ask for the name. We're just going to call it practice assignment. You also have the option to load an assignment if you've already completed one of the Edmodo, already made it ahead of time, and want to use it again for multiple classes. You also pick a due date. I'm going to pick for tomorrow. And then describe the assignment. So for this one, I'm just going to say uploading a practice document. And you have the option of locking the assignment after its due date. And again, you have the options of uploading a file, attaching a link, or something from your library. You can also schedule your assignments too. Then you just hit send. And now students are going to see your post. It'll say the assignment name, the instructions, which is just uploading a practice document, and then here's a button for turned in. For a teacher, when you click turned in, it's going to show you every member of your group who's uploaded that assignment. Here we don't have anyone uploading yet. For a student, it's going to have a button that they can click to upload their assignment file, whether it be a Word document, PowerPoint presentation, whatever file they have to upload. That's how they're going to upload their assignment. And then once they do, it'll chime in. It'll say turned in 1, 2, however many students are participating and actually turning in their assignments. And you'll be able to see with a click of that button. One of the last options we're going to go over today is how to make a quiz. So you can get some nice, quick, formative assessments from your students right in Edmodo. And you'll see when you hit quiz, it's a little different. It doesn't let you do it automatically. You can load a quiz you've already made from your collection, or you can click the big blue button to create a quiz. Now, creating a quiz is kind of an involved process. It's probably the trickiest thing on Edmodo, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. First off, you have to have one question. Here, you'll see the question type, and we have a drop-down menu. Default is multiple choice, so we'll start there. And then a button to add the first question. You can also load questions if you've created one in the past. So adding the first question, it's going to ask for the question prompt. And for this one, we're going to say the question is Edmodo easy to use? The first response is going to be yes. So you automatically have an A, and it's set to the correct answer. You have a B option. We're going to type in the answer of no. Then you'll see down here, it's kind of hard to see sometimes, but we have an add response button down at the bottom. So we're going to click that, and that's going to give us a C. We can keep clicking add response to get more options, but for now we're just going to have 3. I'm going to put hopefully as the last answer because hopefully it's easy to use for you. And I have a random 4 here, so we're going to delete that. Now you'll notice underneath each option there's a set as correct answer button. So you can choose A, B, C, D, however many options you have, which one you want to be correct. It does A by default, but on your quiz you probably don't want every question to be A as the answer. So here I'm going to select hopefully as the correct answer. So that should be our first question. Now, to me the trickiest part is, after you make that first question, finding the button to add another. You'll see a little plus sign over on the left-hand side, and that's the button you're going to hit to add another question. So we're going to hit add question, and this type we're going to do a drop down, and I'm not going to go over all these because they're kind of self-explanatory, but fill in the blank's the only one that's kind of tricky. So for fill in the blank, it's just kind of like a close activity, and we can just say something like tomorrow is blank. And you'll see that I actually did the underscores. You have to use the underscore key, which you get by pressing shift and holding it down and hitting the minus button. And this actually designates where your blank's going to be. And you'll see down here it even popped up since I put in that underscore. Tomorrow is blank. And I'm going to put Friday as the acceptable answer. So Friday is going to be the only acceptable answer for this question. And that's pretty much all there is to making a fill-in-the-blank question. So we have 2 questions. That's enough for a real basic quiz. We have to give the quiz a name. So up at the top, you'll see in the box it says Untitled Quiz and has a big thing with a date and a bunch of other numbers. That's kind of a mess. So we're just going to name this Practice Quiz. Then you'll see time limit. I don't think someone needs 60 minutes for these 2 questions, so we're just going to say 5 minutes. Then you have an option to preview your quiz or print it out. And I'm just going to click the big blue Assign Quiz button to post it in our Edmodo group. So now underneath the quiz heading, we see we have the practice quiz loaded up. I can put a due date, which I can set for tomorrow, and we see that it's going to practice group. We can also add it to the gradebook, so that way we can keep track of all the student data. So now that it's loaded up, I'm going to click Send. Okay, so you notice that again, from the teacher view, it just tells us who's turned it in. It doesn't let us actually take it. But what is cool in the teacher view, if you click that turn in button, it actually gives you pie charts to show you the progress that students have made and what answers they've selected for each question. So it's really great to do some formative assessment and you can have that quick visual result. So, to get back from our quiz, we can just hit the back button. And again, we're back at our main page for our group. Now, I mentioned in the first video that when you're having a discussion in a group, it can be tricky because everything just kind of goes in a straight line. There's no nested replies, no threads like in a forum or anything like that. So, if you want to have a focused discussion between a smaller group of students, it's going to be best to make a small group. By when we're in our main group, we see a plus sign create a small group option. below our group name on the left-hand side. So if we click that, it'll say create small group, and we have to give it a name. So if we're having different discussion topics, I might name it like topic 1 and then hit create. And this makes a little mini group where your students can have a focused discussion just with a smaller group of people. And to get students in the smaller groups, all you have to do is once you're in the small group, click the Members tab and then the plus sign button for Add Members. And then you get Add Members to Small Group, and you'll get an option to choose whoever you'd like to put in the small group. So that way you can divide your students up for projects or for other discussions. Also, a good way to use small groups is if you're having weekly discussions on certain topics, you can make a small group for each week or subject. So, those are some of the more advanced ways to use Edmodo. And again, it's a great place to put resources for your students to access, have this ongoing outreach with your students after class, because Edmodo is really great in that it does have some nice apps for both iPhones and Android phones, so students can use this pretty much wherever they go. So I hope this solved some questions and offered some answers of how to actually do some of these more advanced tasks with Edmodo. So thanks everyone for tuning in, and we look forward to the next video.